Hello everybody. Today we're looking at the Concealment operative in 5.x. What I would like to do straight away is look at the utilities. For the first utility we have Hit and Run. Striking our target with Shiv or Veiled Strike grants Hit and Run, increasing your movement speed by 50% for 3 seconds. For my second utility I took Infiltrator, which increases movement speed by 15% and effective stealth level by 3. Moving on to the third utility, I took Advanced Cloaking. Reduces the cooldown of Cloaking Screen by 30 seconds, and activating Cloaking Screen increases movement speed by 50% for 6 seconds. My fourth utility is Fortified Koto. While your Koto probe is active on yourself, your damage reduction is increased by 3% per stack. Onto the heroic utilities, I have Evasive Imperative. Every time you get attacked, the active cooldown of your evasion is reduced by 3 seconds. This effect cannot occur more than once every 1.5 seconds. Now we're moving on to the sixth utility, which is Cunning Competencies. Countermeasures purges all moving impairing effects when activated. Additionally, when Sleep Dart wears off, the target is struck by sedatives, reducing all damage dealt by 50% for the next 10 seconds. Now we're in the legendary section of the utilities, and I've taken Revitalizers. Stim Boost now additionally grants Revitalizers, restoring 5% of total health every 3 seconds, and reducing damage received by 20% for the duration. Now we're on to my final utility, Curative Agent. Countermeasures grants Curative Agent, causing your next Koto probe on a new target to immediately grant 2 stacks. Additionally, Countermeasures heals you for 1% of your maximum health every 10 seconds, and Koto Infusion now initially restores X amount of health to X amount of health, but no longer restores your health over time. Now we are moving on to what I like to call the bread and butter. These are basically passive abilities which are especially special that you unlock while you are leveling up the Concealment discipline. First off, we have Collateral Strike. Laceration triggers a Collateral Strike, dealing X amount of additional kinetic damage. Standard and weak targets are additionally stunned by Collateral Strike. Now we have Tactical Opportunity. Collateral Strike immediately re-grants tactical advantage when hitting a poison target. This effect cannot occur more than once every 10 seconds. Regarding what a poison is, we have Volatile Substance, Noxious Knives, Acid Blade, and Corrosive Dart. Moving on to Acid Blade. Coats your instruments in acid, causing Backstab to deal an additional X internal poison damage over 6 seconds, and increase armor penetration by 30% for 15 seconds. Now we have the Shadow Operative Elite. Increases your effective stealth level by 2. In addition, when you activate Exfiltrate, you dodge or resist all incoming attacks for 1.5 seconds. And finally we have Revealing Weakness. Damage dealt by Volatile Substance marks the target with Revealing Weakness, allowing your next backstab against the target to be usable while face to face with the target and treated as though you were attacked from stealth. Now we are moving on to the core abilities of Concealment. First off, we have Tactical Advantage. Defeating an opponent or activating Shiv puts you in a position of tactical advantage, enabling the use of executions for 24 seconds. Up to 2 charges of tactical advantage can exist at once. Veiled Strike. This move costs 15 energy to cast, and it has a cooldown of 5.7 seconds depending on your alacrity. Strikes the target for X amount of kinetic damage, granting a tactical advantage. Replaces Shiv. Laceration. It costs 10 energy to cast. Executes your tactical advantage, lacerating the target for X amount of kinetic damage. Requires and consumes tactical advantage. Backstab. This move costs 8 energy to cast, and it has a cooldown of 11.3 seconds. Ambushes an enemy for X amount of kinetic damage. Only usable while behind the target. If used from stealth, Backstab deals additional kinetic damage and grants a tactical advantage. Crippling Slice. This move has a cooldown of 14.2 seconds. Slices the target low for X amount of kinetic damage and immobilizes it, preventing it from moving or turning for 4 seconds. Volatile Substance. This move costs 15 energy to cast, and it has a cooldown of 17 seconds. Injects a substance into the target that, after settling for a few seconds, will react when the target takes damage from one of your poisons, dealing X internal damage and making the target assailable for 45 seconds. Assailable targets take 7% more damage from elemental and internal attacks. Corrosive Dart. This ability takes 15 energy to cast. Fires the dart at a target that deals X internal poison damage over 18 seconds. Stim Boost. This move has a cooldown of 1 minute and 53.3 seconds depending on your alacrity. Inject yourself with a specially engineered Imperial Stim, immediately granting tactical advantage and boosting alacrity by 10% for 15 seconds. Does not break stealth. This is a priority chart that I created. If you read the question, and then if you answer yes, you continue along the chart. If you read no, you go down on the chart, and you ask yourself the next question. Now this is where we go on to the rotation. First, I'll be doing the rotation super slow, and then I'll be doing it fast. So like I said, you want to start off with Backstab, put your Volatile Substance, Corrosive Dart, Veiled Strike, Laceration as a filler, Veiled Strike again, Backstab. And basically you keep on using Laceration and Crippling Slice and Veiled Strike as your filler, but make sure that your Volatile Substance is always on cooldown along with your Backstab. Now this is my stat sheet. What I plan on going for is 42% crit chance, 105% accuracy, 7% alacrity, and then everything else will be going into power. This concludes my concealment rotation guide. I hope you enjoyed it and hopefully you learned something from it.